What's up, Belzfam? It's me, Stefan.
And me, Mel.
And what are Belzers? Alright, guys, so today we're going to be reviewing Demon Slayer episode 1, 2, and 3. We've been actually watching this anime over on Patreon. And that's why the title it says reaction/review. If you guys want to check out the reaction is going to be on Patreon. Link to that is going to be in the description below. You guys know how YouTube copyright system is and how we're moving forward from doing reactions on the channel. So especially Demon Slayer
wouldn't
not have made it on YouTube because Sony and it's copyright. Like, that's, like, automatic for that. So, Demon Slayer is not going to be on the channel, but it is on Patreon.
We are enjoying Demon Slayer so much.
Demon Slayer is
amazing.
I was not expecting this anime this season to be this good, or an anime like this season, but wow, I am pleasantly surprised. And we're only on episode 3 right now, and we
watched 3 episodes.
We watched 3 episodes, and there's still, I think it's on episode 7 right now, so there's still 4 more episodes we're gonna do. We're probably gonna do the 2 this weekend and then 3 next weekend to catch up. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna talk about it. And if you guys are not watching Demon Slayer right now, you guys definitely need to. It's pretty damn good. All right, guys. First thing I want to talk about, with Demon Slayer, Demon Slayer's animation and art is just incredible. And the people, if you guys are familiar with the Fate series, like Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, those are the people that are making Demon Slayer right now. And those anime were pretty amazing animation-wise and art-wise. And
it's
Demon
very
Slayer
consistent
is,
as well.
Goddamn, that
every
anime
episode
is,
so far that we've watched has been great.
Yo, the animation, the art is just amazing, man. Like, just top-notch stuff, bro. Like, no random scenes, craziness. Nah, like, that anime, art-wise, animation-wise, is amazing. And one thing that Demon Slayer reminds me of specifically is, obviously it's with samurais, demons, and everything. And you mentioned it reminds you of Tokyo Ghoul because of the goriness and everything. For me specifically, I'm not sure if you guys ever seen an anime called Rise of the Yokai Clan. And it reminds me a lot of, because it deals with demons and there's a swordsman and everything. So it reminds me a lot of that, as well as kind of a Samurai X, Rurouni Kenshin kind of feel. So it's like those two animes combined and everything. So that's what I get from it and everything. So a lot of enjoyable stuff and stuff. But all right, guys. So episode 1. So what did we think about episode 1? What was your overall opinion on how episode 1 started?
It drew me in immediately.
Right.
As soon as I saw the situation with the parents, getting murdered by demons, it caught my attention.
Right. So first episode, man, they did a great job into basically pulling the viewers in and actually getting you hooked into the anime, because a lot of anime sometimes they kind of they have slow starts, and if you're not an anime fan and you're just watching this, you're just gonna fall off. You're not gonna even pay attention. But Demon Slayer, the way it started off on episode 1, and they basically the main character's name is Tanjiro, right? So he's a regular guy. It seems like he's in his teens or whatever. And he's basically a handyman, right? He goes into his hometown, village, and he fixes people's stuff, and he's very known and stuff, right? So he has a family, and his family is basically, he has sisters and a brother, the baby, a mom. No dad. We didn't see the dad.
Yeah, we didn't. That's
I think the dad passed away.
They
said that the dad passed away or whatever. So no dad. And basically what happened was on the way to his village, he went to go get some stuff. And he was coming back home, and at night, he stopped by an old man's house and everything. I'm guessing he sold the old man some stuff.
No. So what had happened was that he was on his way back home, but the old man stopped him.
Correct.
And he was like, "No, it's too dark. The demons
and
come out."
He knew the old man as well.
He knew, and I'm pretty sure he sold him or he helped him out in the past. But yeah, that's how he ended up staying overnight, because the old man was like, you shouldn't go home at this time.
Right, and that's how we found out about demons and everything. The old man started talking about demons come out at night and all that stuff. So he basically slept over the old man's house, right? So the next day, the morning came, and he went back home. And he found his family basically slaughtered. Every single person in his family was dead. There was blood everywhere and everything, which is very interesting, because now that I think about it, we still don't know what demon slaughtered their family. So we haven't got to that point yet. So fast forward, he started running back to town, the village, or whatever.
No, he's going back,
he saw his sister, but his sister was on the ground at the time. Yeah. And then after a while, his sister came out of nowhere, and he thought his sister was losing control, like she was acting different, and basically she became a demon.
Yeah.
So she started attacking him and everything, and then long story short, there's like a demon slayer. So the show's called Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
right? So,
I think it's Giru, is it?
So Giru, so his name is Giyu or whatever. He came and he's a demon hunter. And he basically was trying to kill his sister. He was about to kill her. Yeah. And then basically Tanjiro went at it with him, saying not to kill his sister, give his sister a chance. Is there a cure to become human again and everything? So long story short,
there is a cure.
There's
we don't necessarily know if there's a cure, but if there is a cure, the ones who would know about it is the demons themselves.
Correct. That's what Giyu said. Giyu said that the demons themselves would know about a cure if there was a cure, right? So basically, he let Tanjiro live. Because he told Tanjiro, if you don't want me to kill your sister, come and attack me. And Tanjiro kind of impressed him because Tanjiro pulled out some move. He threw the axe in the air, and the axe almost basically hit Giyu and everything. So he was very impressed by him. And basically, what really struck Giyu was that the demon, which is his sister, would not Nezuko would not kill Tanjiro.
Yeah, she actually protected her brother, and I think that's when it set them apart from the rest of the demons and all the, like, I guess they're like a special case.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, and that's when I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul, because like Kanaki, he wouldn't eat any humans. Even though he was a ghoul, he was like against eating humans. And so is what's her name? Nezuko. She doesn't attack any humans.
Correct.
Because we've seen her, in the next couple episodes, and she doesn't attack anyone.
Correct. So going to episode 2. So basically what happened was Giyu basically told him, because of their specific case, that they had to go meet with a man. So his name was Sakonji, and Sakonji basically is basically a demon hunter master. Like, he basically trains you to become a demon hunter, right? So what happened was, they basically went into a mountain to go find this Sakonji dude, and they end up basically going to a house, or like they come across a house, and Tanjiro is a very interesting person because he has a very interesting sense of smell.
He's very enhanced.
Yeah, he has a very enhanced smell, so you could smell a lot of things like from a mile away. So he has a very good sense of smell. So he smelled something going on in a house nearby, and it was dark, mind you. And there was demons coming out, and there was a demon in there, basically killing people. So long story short, Tanjiro and this demon started going at it. They fought and everything, and the sister helped them out. And the sister was actually drooling, looking at the humans and everything, but she still kept herself from eating the humans, which is very interesting. And at the end, basically,
that's when the trainer
Sakonji, I believe his name is, came along. He wears a weird mask and everything with a long nose, a red mask. And he basically came along and helped him out and everything. But the thing is, they basically won. The sister and Nezuko and Tanjiro basically,
because they beheaded the demon.
Right, they beat the demon, but
and another weird thing about the demon is it can grow. Like it heals itself.
Right.
And then also this particular demon grew arms
on its head.
Which is bizarre.
Right. And it's a demon, so you would imagine demons could do that. But the thing is, they had the demon pinned, and all they had to do was finish off the demon. But Tanjiro could not finish him off. Tanjiro was still afraid, could not finish him off, and the demon basically got killed through sunlight. And we fast forward to the next episode, or even before that, we fast forward to the mountain, and Nezuko, the Sakonji basically put Nezuko to bed and had her sleep.
He was taking care of her.
Right, and Tanjiro had to basically train. He started training right away.
I think that was
No, that was still part of the second episode, and then after that, third episode went more into depth. But basically, he went up a mountain, and there was a whole bunch of traps. And the sensei or the master told him he had to come back down before sunrise and everything. So he basically had to go through a whole bunch of traps. Yeah. And his sense of smell basically helped him out.
No, yeah, that goes back to how well he can smell, because it's not only that he can smell like demons and blood or whatnot, he can smell like the traps, right, which is very interesting.
Correct. And so very interesting stuff. Tanjiro was a very interesting character. And another thing that was basically that I kind of pointed out, and it was interesting. Tanjiro hit the demon on the head with his own head, and the demon even said that his head was as hard as a rock. Yeah, and Tanjiro has a specific scar on his head, which is very interesting. So it begs the question, because Tanjiro has a very interesting sense of smell. So what if Tanjiro is, to me, I was looking at Tanjiro, what if he's not completely human? What if he's like some kind of half demon or some kind of half whatever else, because he has some kind of superhuman head and whatever, and he has a scar,
just so hard.
And his sense of smell. So it's very interesting. So which begged the question, because when we fast forward, Tanjiro starts training and everything, doing all this stuff, like Sakonji is starting to teach him how to do stuff, and he's getting better and better at becoming a demon hunter. And then
which one thing that I really appreciate about this anime is that if they really wanted to, they could have prolonged his training into multiple episodes. And that's what I was worried about. Once I saw him training, I'm like, oh my god, this might be like the next couple episodes. But literally, the training was done within like an episode and a half. Right,
which the episode and a half was basically a year and a half. Right?
Yeah, it was over a long period of time, but like watch time for us.
Got you. It was like a year and a half in actual anime time and everything, which is very interesting, because going back to how hard he hit the demon, when he was training, there's a specific thing called there's a breathing technique that you have to master to elevate your strength as high as it could be to actually compete with a demon, because demons are naturally stronger than humans. But Sanjuro headbutting that demon without even mastering that technique yet was hurting the demon. He didn't even know about that technique. Right. He didn't even know about the technique yet, and he was hurting the demon. So that begs the question. Tanjiro is already strong for some reason. So we don't know what that reason is yet, and he has a scar on his head. So hopefully we find that out soon. But third episode came and everything, and
that's when all the training. It was like. Was he finished training?
He finished training by the third episode, correct. Okay. So, go ahead.
So no, there was a last. It was a boulder. It was a boulder that he had to slice in half with the sword that the trainer
gave him. Correct. Correct. So basically, what happened was Tanjiro, the trainer Sakonji, basically told him he finished teaching him everything that he knew. All he had to do now was cut a boulder. But the thing was, Tanjiro took the training, but he wasn't really absorbing. He wasn't really absorbing, and he kept going. He was basically thinking about it too much instead of actually doing it. Right?
Yeah. It's more of a mental thing than a physical thing, because he was trying to he was doing a lot of physical, trying to get stronger, but it's all in the mind, and that's what those two other
which we're gonna get into that right now. So there's these two interesting characters called Sabito and Makomo, and they basically came out. We're still not sure how they came about, but they look like so they were basically people that came out of the boulder, right? And they were saying they were watching Tanjiro the whole time, and he wasn't doing it right. Well, not only
them two.
Right, they were saying a whole bunch of others as well have been watching him, which is very interesting.
Which I personally think are angels watching him.
Right. So
I think it's more of a spiritual thing.
Correct. Well, I'm not sure, but I do think they're spirits, because by the end of what we saw, but I'm not sure who they really are. But we're thinking they're spirits. So basically, Tanjiro finished his training and everything, and he had to master to basically slice that boulder, because what happened was, what I was going to get to is that his master was telling him that now that he's finished teaching, he has to cut the boulder to go through selection to become a demon hunter. So after the training, he just doesn't become a demon hunter. He has to go through selection. Yeah. So now the fact is, now that when he was about to cut the boulder, he was going through months and months not being able to cut the boulder, and these two characters come around with Sabito and the other one, the female and the male. Makomo, whatever. So they came and they basically were telling him what he had to do, and he had to master the breathing technique, right? So months went by, so a year and a half of training or whatever, and Tanjiro had long hair and he looked super badass. And he basically went at it with 1v1 against, I think it was Sabito, which was the male. and he went 1v1, and he basically defeated him. Yeah. And when he defeated him, he cut his mask, and we saw his face. Mm-hmm. And when
the girl also took off her mask.
Well, she always had her mask off. When we
first she did. She had it to the side. Yeah, she did.
And basically cut his mask, and then they said, "Good job, you did a good thing." And then they disappeared, and he realized that he basically cut the boulder, which was very,
and
very
that's
cool.
when I was like,
Yeah, that's when we were like, maybe there were spirits.
And the girl had said something that really stuck with me. And basically, I forgot exactly what she said, but basically referring to, you have to train till death.
Oh, yeah, something like
to death or something like along the lines.
Correct.
And then she said that before they disappeared.
Right.
So I was like, that's when something triggered. I'm like, maybe they're not physically there. Maybe they're just spirits, and maybe they got killed by a demon or whatever, and their spirit still kind of lingers around.
So because they were saying they got trained by the same master, right? So they were trained by the same master. So it begs the question: are they spirits? Are they basically roaming around, basically helping other students, become better and everything, which is interesting. But we'll see in the next couple episodes if that's the case. But that was basically it. We're on episode 3 right now. I'm really enjoying this anime. I know Melanie's really enjoying it as well. It's actually one of our favorite anime we're watching right now.
For sure.
And man.
It's funny because like the ones that we watch on Patreon, like Promised Neverland, like it was just like exclusive to Patreon, was like...
Yeah.
We loved,
they were pretty awesome.
And I know a lot of you guys love The Promised Neverland as well, because it's just so different from like what we're usually used to watching. And then the same with this one. This one's like already like really
and
good.
And then we love doing it on Patreon because it's risk free from the channel. We don't have to worry about copyright strikes and all that stuff. So it's very cool that we're doing it on Patreon. So if you guys want to support us on Patreon, you guys are more than welcome to do so. But if you guys are not checking out Demon Slayer yet, definitely check it out. We're gonna catch up to Demon Slayer and try to bring you guys an episode review every single week. All right, guys, and the reaction would obviously be on Patreon. Currently, our Ultra Belzfam, like our biggest tier on Patreon, is the only ones right now that are able to watch our reaction because they voted for it, and they get exclusive voting to vote what anime they want to watch. So they voted for it, so they're watching it right now. But when the series, when season 1 or whatever is over, it is going to be available to the lower tier below that. Yeah. So if you guys want to wait till then, it's cool as well. So man, we definitely love this anime. We're definitely going to try to bring you guys reviews every week on this anime. We're enjoying it. Tanjiro might be one of my favorite characters now in anime right now, so can't wait to see more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. The link will be in the description below.
Definitely, guys. See you guys later. Struckbybelz out.